Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for being patient with me. I had some technical difficulties, but we back at it. We back up in this gig and we're about to get started. So, in this live, I am going to have a live call in where I allow you guys to call in and give your reaction to Tory Lanez sentence of 10 years. Now, as you guys know, or some of you may not know, I followed the trial in court. So I followed it before he got sentenced. I was going to the court dates. After he got sentenced, I was going to the court dates. I went to his retrial motions. And now I also went to his sentencing hearing to hear all of the bells and whistles and to break everything down for you guys. Now, yesterday in a YouTube video, I sat down with you guys for 3 hours and I went over all of my notes and everything that they shared that we heard in court. Now, the judge had made mention that Iggy Azalea had wrote a letter on Tory Lanez's behalf, and he just basically what we got in court was like a summary of what she said. Now, today, there has been a lot of people who gain access to her actual letter. Okay. One person, I think I seen Armand Wiggins reading her letter. Also, Megan Cunith sent me over a copy of the letter. So I am going to be sharing it with you all. Megan Cunith, I think she also has like she got all of the 76 letters, and she has them that she's gonna like post on her website. Her website is, let's see, it's legalaffairsandtrials.com. So if you go over there once I'm done, I don't think she has her story up yet with all of the letters, but it's coming. So in the meantime, she sent me the letter of Iggy Azalea to read with you guys today and just talk about some of the craziness that also surfaced around town. Now, it's interesting because like I said, we only got like a summary of what Iggy Azalea said as it pertained to Tory Lanez and, trying to write a character letter. But come to find out, now that the letter has been made public, she was basically, in so many words, saying that she believes that, Meg Thee Stallion is a liar and that she don't believe that Tory did it. Now, if you got a brain, if you're able to follow the facts and your brain is not clogged up with fandom and standum, because a lot of times people will worship celebrities because they like their music and it'll clog their brain, like where the logic portion is. If the logic portion of your brain is still accessible when it comes to celebrities, then you're easily able to see that Tory Lanez did it, okay? And even in the defense of him, they basically admitted that he did it. They tried to like say he did it, but then tried to not claim fully that he did it, but said he did it, but like, you know what I'm saying? And then even Tory Lanez, in his speech to the court, he says that he takes all responsibility for what happened that night, taking responsibility for his actions. They even talked to his baby mama and they was asking his baby mama about his character and if what he did that night was within his character. And she basically was like, listen, that was out of character for me, but we had our struggles, but that was out of his character. But they pretty much admitted it. So the whole gravy train of people still trying to believe that he did not do it, it's just, I can't even entertain that portion of it because he did it. It's just ridiculous. But it was interesting because Iggy Azalea is a person who, she had a big problem with Playboi Carti, right? So she had a big problem with him basically saying that he abused her, that he was this horrible person. And so to see that this is a DV case and her to suffer or say that she's had to deal with these type of things, to see that not only did she write a letter, but she wrote a 3-page, very lengthy letter. Okay. So normally when you want to write support letters to the judge, especially when there's going to be tons of letters, they had 76 letters that was sent in, you kind of want to make it short, sweet, and simple and to the point. She wanted to make sure that she had every bullet point in there. She put, you know, a 3-page letter together. I'm sending you a 3-page. It's 4-page, but you know, in Iggy's case, I'm sending you a 3-page letter. And I sealed it with the kiss. And I'm like, girl, you know, his baby mama said they've been together since they was in the 6th grade. And the way that she was up there at that podium caping for Tory, I mean, it looked like she willing to tussle over her man, okay? Because she was up on that podium, you know what I'm saying? Saying whatever she needed to say to go along with whatever they was trying to paint, okay? And she looked like she willing to tussle. So the fact that you was able to send in this 3-page letter for Tory, did you know that that's Miss Raina that was at the court? That's his baby mama. That's his fiance. She said, that's my 6th grade sweetheart. That was the first time I heard that term. She was talking about how, you know, in love her and Tory is and how they're best friends. And I'm just like, dang. He was out with Iggy on dinner dates and rumors of them boning it after the situation. And before that, he was parading around town with Megan the Stallion, hunching on her, and allegedly hunching on Kelsey too. Also trying to hunch on Kylie. So I'm like, why was this girl best friend and fiance doing all of this? But you would swear that everything was a perfect family the way she was up on that podium, child. So I'm just wondering if Iggy Azalea know that baby mama looked like she willing to tussle. She looked like she willing to tussle a little bit. And I don't know if Iggy know that, okay? But we're going to talk about Iggy Azalea and her letter. I'm going to read that to you. We're also going to talk about the craziness that was going on at the court building. Now, every time I go up there, it is some type of cray-cray element to it, some type of something going on, right? So while I was up there, I went live and I was basically like walking around trying to see like what was going on in the atmosphere. And I spotted this girl and she was basically like boo-hoo crying, like her makeup was like, you know, it was like running all down her face. Like she was like really, really crying. And this was on day 1 of the Tory Lanez sentencing phase before we even got to the actual announcement of what his actual time would be. So this girl, she's like boo-hoo crying. And so I'm like, what's going on? So I walk up to her and I'm like, are you like a family member? Because, you know, I've been to a lot of his court dates. So by now I've seen the family members that show up to the courthouse. I'm kind of like able to like pinpoint like who they are. So I'm like, this girl is boohoo crying. Like, who is she? Like, what's going on? She turned out to be this Tory Lanez super fan. So I'm going to show you guys, because I'm not sure if you guys caught my live. I'm going to show you guys her. Then I'm going to go over Iggy Azalea and how it seems like she was calling Meg Thee Stallion a liar. And then I'm going to talk about the sketch artist who sketched up some of these interesting sketches. And then I'm going to open the lines to what y'all think about the sentence and get you guys' opinions on that, because it just was a whole lot of going on. But before I get into all of that, I want y'all to know that y'all always can support me for free by hitting like to the video, okay? I'm going to start acting like King AK-47 and start yelling at y'all. Talk about hit the like button. I'm gonna have to pull a King AK-47 on y'all and yell and tell y'all to hit the like button, because y'all seem like y'all don't do it unless somebody give y'all some type of force or something. Okay, I'm gonna need y'all to hit the like button. Also, share the video. That helps me out a lot. Okay. You can share it to yourself. If you don't got nobody to share it to, you can share it to your email or anything like that. But like King AK-47, hit the like button. I can't quite do it like him, but child, that was a mess. He be yelling and yelling and yelling and yelling and yelling and yelling, yelling and telling people to hit the like button. Also, y'all know y'all could bless the Cash App or the Super Chat if y'all want. That also helps your girl out as well. And let's get on into white gloves. Okay, so now when I had approached her, I did not catch her crazy rant before that. So like I said, I was moving around and I was like, walking around. So I didn't even know that before I got to her, she had a whole crazy Looney Tune rant yelling at the media. So I'm going to show y'all the rant that she did, and then I'm going to show y'all when I come in to the picture, because I didn't know that she had a Looney Tune rant before I got to her until somebody sent it to me and was like, she was on Hollywood Unlocked. So I thought maybe they clipped what I had posted, and it was a whole nother Looney Tune rant. So let me pull that up, because this is the logic. When y'all sit here and y'all be talking about Kelsey shot him or anything that diverts from the facts that Tory Lanez did it, which he did do it, and he shot the girl, and they period point blank. Whenever y'all deviate from logic, you dismiss the jail phone call. You dismiss the text of Kelsey saying Tory shot Meg. You dismiss the body cam footage. You dismiss all of the evidence that points to Tory. And when you don't have logic and your logic kind of goes in the gutter and it's clogged up because you're a fan and you may not like Megan and you like Tory's music, this girl is how I categorize y'all. Like this is the embodiment of Kelsey shot Meg. This is the freaking mentality that I think everybody who says that has. So let me share this video with y'all, because I'm like, it is too much Delulu land going on. It is crazy. Let me show y'all, child, because she was on 10. Thank you, Monica Spencer, for the Cash App. I appreciate your support, child, because, honey, baby, it be a lot going on, child.
Okay, you've all heard the music by Mariah the Scientist. I'm Ashley Ramirez. Nice to meet you. I would beat Mariah the Scientist's ass for Tory Lanez. I know he's a fucking man, and that's part of the reason why he's in the courtroom, but I'm a woman. Beat the out of Mariah the Scientist. Do you get it? Same thing with Megan Thee Stallion. I don't give a how tall she is. All right? And that's how Tory Lanez fans feel about him. We'll go to war for him, period. And I don't care if I didn't get to go into the court today. This just gives me more of a reason to let this out on Mariah the Scientist when I see her, along with Megan Thee Stallion. They're lucky as that we are being nice. We're being nice. I want you to see, all of you recording, what a person who will beat Mariah Buckle's ass looks like, okay? You've all heard the music by Mariah the Scientist. Being so nice to Megan Thee Stallion and her team. I want you guys to all know that, all right? We could be giving Megan Thee Stallion hell. That bitch is sitting up somewhere in a mansion with her pussy pampered. Why? Because of one umbrella law. That's why. All right? So, tell Megan should thank me. Number one, Ashley Ramirez. Because if it wasn't for me.
Ashley Ramirez, you go into jail for threats. Okay? Girl, this, in case you don't know, because, child, you seen You seen Tory Lanez up at the courthouse in the shackles. They send people to jail for terroristic threats, Ashley Ramirez, okay? And so she was going on this rant, and she said she from Umbrella Mob, and I'm like, Tory Lanez got a gang now? Because, you know, when you have a gang and you a gang member and you create a crime, that's a whole gang enhancement on top of that. So she said she from Umbrella. Did she say Umbrella Mob? What did she say? Did she say she from, like, I think she said gang, Umbrella Mob or something. Because that's a whole nother gang enhancement.
Music will really be coming out, y'all. That bitch don't got no anxiety. I will bring anxiety to her.
I'm gonna replay this part because I think she said Umbrella Mob.
All right? Because we get the Megan Thee Stallion hell. That bitch is sitting up somewhere in a mansion with her pussy pampered. Why? Because of one Umbrella Mob.
Didn't she say Umbrella Mob? Umbrella Mob! Ain't that what she said? They're a gang. Thank you, Didi.
So I can let up. I can act like a bitch to Megan Thee Stallion and Mariah the Scientist and the bitch Melly. But I don't. Because you want to know why? God has this. It's all in God's hands, you guys. And I know you've heard it 1,000 times from one umbrella law, but that's just what we're going to keep telling you because that's what we're doing. We're praying. So I suggest all of you guys go pray and just hope. Continue to hope.
All right. So she had this full on rant, right? And I think that when she had this rant going on, I think this was at the same time that I was interviewing the chaplain all the way on the opposite side. So after I got done, or who was I interviewing? I was doing something because I was on the complete opposite side. I had no idea that she had just did this crazy rant. So I'm going live and I was on like the opposite side or whatever. And then I come back, and when I come into it, I start recording her because she's like, when I look over, she's like boo-hoo crying. So she was like boo-hoo crying, boo-hoo crying. She was like wiping her face and crying and crying. So I walk up to her and she had just finished like wiping her face. And I'm like, are you a Tory Lanez family member or fan or whatever? And this is where I come into it, child, because I was like, what? What is going on here? Hold on. So let me show y'all my video, y'all. So all of that, I'm tired, y'all. You a Tory fan or family? Oh, okay. You.
And to answer your question earlier, yes, I am the girl earlier that was drinking. I just will say I came a little bit late, so I live far. show up, but I always show up late. Right. So I just get tired of not being able to see them and stuff. That's why I just said, like, I fucking hate Megan Thee Stallion, and I'm gonna always say it because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have to be taking time off of work, not making no fucking money, paying money for the leader just to not fucking participate and doing these little interviews. Yeah, I could do them all day, but I'm not. That's not me seeing my artist. My artist, Tory Lanez.
Have you ever met him before, or you just?
I've seen him millions of times. I know his family, but we've never had a full conversation, and that's the dumb part about all of this stuff. Because I've seen him about, like I said, 5 times now. We've partied together, but we've never had the opportunity to speak. So.
Oh, you never formally met him, but you just like admire him as an artist and things like that.
Yeah, like I've been on stage with them when he performed Cheaters for the first time. We were partying that night. We won a Juno off of that song in Canada. And but we just weren't able to speak because the first time I went up to him to try to talk, which all the girls in the fucking world do it, so I don't know why his security was acting that way.
Right.
But he was like, hey, yeah, no, you can't talk to me. But we were all on stage, like the other fans were on the floor level. It just so happened that I met someone that could get me on stage. So when I took the next step to follow him.
Oh my God! No. And you gotta try my restaurant.
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm. Where did you come to other court dates or?
Yeah, I've seen them in court already. I've seen them here.
There was one court date. I don't know if it was like 2 court dates ago. Somebody was in there crying. Was that you? Oh, okay. It was somebody. It was like a fan, and they were like, I think when they gave the sentence, they like burst out. Like I don't know. I thought it was. I don't know. You remember what I'm talking about? Somebody like they had like it was like a big thing. Yeah. Oh, okay.
It wasn't sentencing. You have chance. And where I sat, I was this close to Tory.
Well, hopefully you feel better, Mama.
So bring back tomorrow to try to see if they can wrap it up. Then it's not going to work out for today. Yeah, so I'm trying to decide if I want to go home and come back in the morning. I definitely want to be here because it was really, really eye-opening. Honestly, that was going on. Oh yeah, it was.
Child, and Fila in the back over there trying to play Mac Daddy to somebody. I walked up, Fila over there playing Mac Daddy to somebody. But anyway, that was her. There was another court date, right? And it was this crazy fan who like it was like had this crazy outburst and was like crying. It was her at that other court date too. But anyway, so when I be seeing people say that they don't want to believe that Tory Lanez did it and they're Tory Lanez fans and they be capping so hard, that's how I think all of y'all brains operate. People who say that they had to take off work to go to a court date that they are not mandated to be at, to support somebody that don't know them, to miss out on work with a chance to get a glance. That's how I think y'all brains work when y'all say that Tory Lanez did not shoot Megan Thee Stallion. Okay? But anyways, let's move on. Let's go forward. So the next thing that I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to talk about, I'm going to read to y'all Iggy's letter in a minute. Let's talk about the sketch artist, child. Let me just get these out the way real quick because the sketch artist knows she wrong, child. So there's a sketch artist who shows up to court dates to do these sketches, and her name is Mona Schaefer. I don't know. Her name is up there at the top. That's her Instagram. So definitely go check her Instagram out because when there's Tory, like big dates, like she only goes to like the big dates or whatever, she there doing her sketching. Now, I was looking at some of her sketches and I'm like, so this person right here, this is Tory Lanez's stepmom and his dad. Now, she got the daddy on point, but I don't know why she did the stepmama like that. I don't know why she did a stepmama like that, because the stepmama do not look like that. She also got Tory Lanez baby mama. Now, Tory Lanez baby mama also, like I said, she was up on that podium. She was advocating for her man, my man, my man, my man. I need my man. I need him to be out. Okay. He is the father of my son. He is my sixth, not high school sweetheart. She said he was my sixth grade sweetheart. Okay. This was my man, my man, my man. Now, she got her kind of spot on. That's kind of how she looked. She got her spot on. But I just was laughing at some of the sketches, baby, because when it came to Tory Lanez, child, when the sketches came to Tory Lanez, I'm like, this lady knows she wrong, child. Look. I'm like, whose man's is this? Whose man's is this? So this is a sketch from Tory Lanez when Tory Lanez did his plea to the judge to like give him an alternate sentence and please don't ruin my life and I'm a dad, I'm a black man. They kept doing the whole locking a black man up and putting a black man in jail card. They played that card too much. But anyways, this was when he was giving a I'm a black man and I don't want to be a black man in jail and a statistic and a this and a that and I'm a father and you know his speech. This is the sketch that the sketch artist did. Whose man is whose man's is this? I said she knows she wrong. She knows she wrong. Ooh, child, I was looking at these sketches and I was dying. I was dying. I'm like, who is this? That's her Instagram. If y'all want to see more of her sketches, definitely check her out. But I was laughing like a mug at these damn sketches, child. These sketches was funny. Funny. Oh, 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 I was crying. Shout out to Sean Adams for the super chat with the $9.99 super chat. Sean Adams says, so many black media personalities have gotten so much clout and attention from this case. Go, y'all. The commentary is very, very interesting, to say the least. Thank you, Sean Adams, for the super chat. I was just looking at them sketches like, who is this? And why did she do it? So this is Jose Baez, when Jose Baez was giving his closing remarks. So as I told y'all, when Jose Baez was basically giving his closing remarks, they had like this slideshow that they was playing that had Tory's mom's pictures, his son. You know, when Tory gave birth to his son, they had they had all these videos of people saying that Tory paid their rent and all this and this and that. So this is a sketch of when they were doing the closing remarks. And she done put his mugshot up there, his mama up there. Oh my God. I just thought that was so funny, y'all. I was like, whose man is this? Now, like I told y'all, there was 76 support letters that got sent in to the judge. So there was report letters from Iggy Azalea, and there was support letters from Tory Lanez, had deputy sheriffs send in support letters, people from different organizations. He had a Unite the People Foundation. He had the deputy of the deputy, the former police officer from Torrance. He had community leaders. He had people in the music industry. He had some at some point the judge was like 13-year-old somebody sent in a letter, and this person sent in a letter. People from criminal justice reform and different foundations and all of that stuff. But the one that stuck out when they called her name, they said that she had wrote a support letter, was Iggy Azalea. So now that court has concluded, the letters of support have been made public. Now, it seems as though she was basically throwing shots at Megan, saying that Megan wasn't telling the truth and that Tory needs to be let out because he ain't this type of guy, and she's willing to even hold him down. Oh, yeah. She said she gonna hold her man down when he get out, and she got a job secured for him and everything. She sent in a 3-page letter, and she sealed it with a kiss. And when she wrote the judge, she said he better give Tory Lanez leniency. And I was just like, girl, do you know his baby mama was up at that podium? Okay. And the baby mama was very much up at that podium saying that Tory Lanez was her 6th grade sweetheart of 20 years. And she was up on that podium with my man. And I'm just wondering if you know the swinging that she was doing on that podium for Tory, she looked like she willing to tussle. And I don't know if she knew about this letter, but we're going to read it, okay? Thank you to Megan Cunith for sending it in for us to read. She will have all of the other letters, like I said, available on her legal affairs and trials.com website. But in the meantime, in between time, let's read this letter. Let's read this letter. Let's pull it on up. Let's pull it on up, baby. Oh, baby. Let's pull the letter up. And let's do it like this, because y'all know I like to be seen. I like to be seen, baby. Okay, let's move her. Where we going to move her at? We going to move her right here. We going to move the letter like this. And y'all know I like to be seen too. So we going to do me like this, like that. Period. Okay, and we going to read this letter. And we going to see what... Oh, you said you wanted... You said you wanted me to sing again. Okay. I'm sending you a 3-page letter. And I sealed it with a kiss. And when you let Tory out, you better give him to me, 'cause I got a job waiting for him. He said he wanted me to sing and all that, like that. You know? He said he wanted to hear me sing again. He wrote, please don't sing, but it sounded like, sing to me, baby, to me, period. You know what I'm saying? And I'm available. I'm single and I'm available. You know, if you like me, you could have just said that. You know how they be trying to flirt? You know how how the men's be trying to flirt. They be trying to pick on you and stuff like that. If you like me, you could just say that. You know what I'm saying? I did my hair. You know, I took a little time not to wear the hat and all that like that. I'm single. You know, you could shoot your shot if you want to. If you like me, you could have just said that. But anyway. All right. Let's read this letter. Right. Pick it with me and stuff. He want me real bad, huh, Stevie? He want me real bad. All right. Let's read this letter. All right. So she said the following. Dear Honorable Judge Hereford, I'm writing to you in regards to a case in your court. The people of the state of California, plaintiff versus Daystar Peterson. My name is Iggy Azalea, and I've been a successful musician for the last decade. I've sold over 65 million records throughout my career, had #1 hits on the Billboard Hot 100, and broken records previously held by the Beatles. Okay? So she basically was telling the judge, I'm a big stepper. She said, I'm quite successful. I'm a big stepper. So listen to me when I beg of you to be lenient on Tory. Because she said, I'm coming stepping better than the Beatles. I know you heard of them. I know you heard of the Beatles. I'm coming and I'm bigger than the Beatles, baby. I done broke even they records. I'm a big stepper. So listen to me when I say, please let my baby Tory out and please give him leniency. Let's read it, y'all. Okay, so she says, Dear Honorable Judge Hereford, I'm writing to you in regards to a case in your court. The people of the state of California, plaintiff versus Daystar Peterson. My name is Iggy Azalea, and I've been a successful musician for the last decade. I've sold over 65 million records throughout my career, had #1 hits on the Billboard Hot 100, and broken records previously held by the Beatles. My music has been nominated for 6 Grammys, and I have a multitude of other musical awards. Throughout my career, I've toured with some of the biggest acts in the music. From, she said, I've toured with some of the biggest. You may have heard of Beyonce. She said, I'm put in a honorable mention. I'm successful, and might I add, in addition to my 65 million records, I done been on tour with Beyonce. Oh, and you may have heard of Pitbull also. Light work. Light work. You may have heard of them, but I've been on tour with Beyonce and Pitbull. You may have heard of them. She said, I've also collaborated with everyone from Britney Spears to Jennifer Lopez. In short, like yourself, I'm great at what I do, and I'm well respected by my peers. Oh. She said not to toot my own horn or anything. She said, Judge, not to toot my own horn or nothing. Because that's basically what that translates to. Not to toot my own horn or nothing, but you a big stepper, Mr. Judge. I'm a big stepper too. she basically said, from one big stepper to another big stepper, we here. You successful, I'm successful. You a big stepper, I'm a big stepper. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, can you read it normal? I cannot. Go to Megan Cunith's website and read it normally yourself. She gonna have it up on her website if you want to read it normally. Or get the you tuned into a show, baby. You tuned into a show, baby. If you want to read it on black and white, go Google it. Google it, baby. You tuned into the Nika at Night show, honey. So anyways, let's continue. So she basically said, baby, not to toot my own horn. She said, in short, like yourself, I'm great at what I do, and I'm well respected by my peers. Becoming successful is incredibly hard to do, and maintaining success is even harder. The music industry is not designed to empower artists, especially not women. You learn to expect misogyny at every turn, no matter how much you've personally achieved. Sadly, I've spent my entire career battling ism and bad behavior behind the curtains. One unfortunate consequence of that, I am a victim of abuse myself. Oh, really? Oh, really? Is that you don't say? You don't say. She says, I am a victim of abuse myself. You don't say. You don't say. Thank you to Exotic Savannah for the super chat. She said, ciao. She said, I'm a victim myself. I must make note of the things I've suffered through so that you understand. Definitely, I would not write to you on behalf of an abuser. So this is her basically setting the stage like, baby, I don't cap for abusers. And this is her setting up the stage to call Meg Thee Stallion a liar in so many words. Because she said, listen, I'm letting you know that I'm a victim of abuse. And I don't cap for abusers. So I want you to know how serious this is. Okay? She letting the judge know, I want you to know how serious this is. She said, I must make note of the things I've suffered through so that you understand definitively I would not write you on behalf of an abuser. In fact, it's the very reason I felt it imperative I share my viewpoint as a woman in music in regards to Daystar Peterson. You are presiding over his case, and it would mean a great deal to me if you'd please let me share with you why Tory Lanez is far from your average entitled rap star. I believe in justice, and I know you do too. You've dedicated your life's work to it, and I respect that deeply. That's why I'm taking my time to do this, because I know the person you are understands in order to truly conclude what a fair sentence is. You need a better understanding of who the person you're sentencing is at their core. Judge Hereford, I was elated when I saw your name in relation to this trial because you have a reputation of being a very fair judge. In fact, it's one of the reasons I was saddened Daystar had subpar legal counsel and did not take the stand at his own trial. We've all been frozen in fear before. The unfortunate side effect of his choice is he's been painted in the most unrecognizable way to you, the jury, and the public. Daystar Peterson is not the pest you've heard about. He's a gardener. He helps others bloom. And any leniency that you may afford him would be something you could be proud of. You see, Daystar has been helping me from the moment I met him. Our paths crossed in 2018 while working in the same recording studio. Although he was writing music for another artist, he took the initiative to come to my room on his break time and play song ideas he's written for me too. This resonated with me because it's highly unusual for someone who's already very successful to want to help others. Girl, it ain't unusual for a man that want to clap your cheeks to help you. It is not unusual for people in music to help women that they want to sleep with. Especially people who y'all be going on dates and y'all are this damn cozy. It is not unusual, ma'am. And you know this. You know it. You see that hand that you got all on his thigh? You see that hand that you got all on his thigh and his leg and all that? It is not unusual at all. What are you talking about, man? Anyways, let me continue. She said, he took the initiative to come to my room in his break time and play song ideas he's written for me too. This resonated with me because it's highly unusual for someone who's already very successful to want to help others. Music is competitive in that way. We've remained friends since, and what I've come to understand about Daystar is he's genuinely passionate about helping others. He will go out of his way to help someone he sees even a glimmer of greatness inside. Although he's an incredible songwriter, it is my belief that that is his true gift, seeing what could be and becoming the driving force to make it happen. He battled and overcame some incredible odds on his pathway to success. In many ways, he's still battling now. I think that one of the reasons he always fights hard to elevate others, one of my favorite examples of this is the story of how he came to hire his personal assistant, Mario. Daystar was stopped at a red light with his window down when a guy in his early 20s yelled from the sidewalk, "I'm chasing my dream too, and I'll do anything to work with you. I'm working for Postmates. Please let me give you my resume." Shockingly, Daystar took his number, called the next day, and interviewed him for a job. He wasn't in need of another employee. Still, he created an internship and later a full-time job for Mario. I've seen him silently help people empower themselves in this way time and time again. He creates space for others to be great. I deeply appreciate the person he is and have never witnessed him lose his temper or raise his voice at a woman. Now, Iggy, I can't say that you've seen him yell at a woman, but we all done seen the blogs and instances of him losing his temper. He has been on TMZ multiple times for punching somebody out, beating them up, and losing his temper. You be in the blogs, girl. Stop. Anyway, she says, I deeply appreciate the person he is and have never witnessed him lose his temper or raise his voice at a woman. He's always been incredibly respectful of me, and I refuse to believe that he would do anything in malice, especially to a woman. Okay? She says, I refuse to believe this. He wouldn't do it. I've witnessed him diffuse so many sticky situations with kindness and humor. He is the last person to lose his cool. The person who stuck his hand out to shake August Alsina's hand, and August Alsina didn't shake his hand, and he went to go punch him out. Is that the same person you talking about when you say that he would never lose his cool, ma'am? Interesting. She says, he would never lose his cool. No, not Tory. I've never encountered this jealous, rage-filled person he's accused of being. I know him to be someone who's always bursting with happiness in the moments you want to cry. If you call Daystar, he will find a way to make you laugh. Since Daystar remains in jail, many of his employees are left without work. Oh, I took it upon myself to hire 6 of his staff members full-time. I did this not only because they are great, hardworking people, but so they remain in a position to transition back into running his business when he's completed his sentence. Girl, you're going to be employing people for 10 years. You are an amazing woman. You are an amazing woman. Okay? She said, listen, as long as he's in jail, I'm going to keep these people employed so that they can easily transition to going back to working and running Tory's business. That is an amazing person. You are, like somebody in the chat said, a real one. She said she didn't hire 1 of his employees. She hired 6 full-time. Okay. She says she wants them to be able to transition back to running his business when he completes his sentence. I'm doing all I can to make sure he's in a position to come home and get back to work. I hope that you'll consider a sentence that allows for this to be transformational and not life-destroying. Not only for Daystar, but for his family, his son, and the countless others who depend on him and are committed to helping him reach his full potential. If Daystar is able to remain in the United States after he has served his time, I myself would employ him without hesitation as an executive producer on my next album. In fact, I already hired him for the job prior to his conviction. I guarantee to you, he has significant income and work awaiting him upon release. If you would kindly consider a sentence that does not require deportation. I have remained in close contact with him during his incarceration, and I am confident he has already gained positive insight in regards to this experience. He leads a prayer call nightly and is already empowering others during his time in jail. In fact, when he spoke last week, he told me he's glad God put him in jail. Oh, he's happy to be in jail, you say? I'm not sure if you guys can see that part. So I'm going to make that part bigger. She says that he's happy to be in jail. So Iggy, you probably put it in the judge's heart to give him 10 years because you said he's happy to be there. You said he's happy to be there. So the judge probably was honoring that part of your request to make sure that he's there. Because you said he's happy to be. The top line reads, in fact, when we spoke last week, he told me he's glad God put him in jail. Iggy, it might be your fault he got 10 years now that I'm reading this closely. He need to be blaming you instead of Rock Nation because you told the judge, he's happy to be there. You said he's happy to be there. So you need to take accountability for him being there for 10 years. It's your fault. Now that I read this closely, you gave all of you gave your nod to the judge, and oh yeah, I seen that. Um yeah, so let's finish reading. We at the end. She said he said that this is an opportunity to humble himself and soften his heart. Ironic to hear one of the kindest people I know strive to become even kinder. I'm not shocked. It's who he is. Watering and shining light on others until something beautiful grows. Thank you for taking the time to hear what I have to say in relation to Daystar's character. Kind regards, Iggy Azalea. This was dated February 22nd, 2023. So when she wrote this letter, the jailhouse call had already been released. All of the information that a sane person would know that Tory did it had been released. And she decided to not only write on his behalf, but she made sure that Tory stayed in there. She told the judge he's happy to be there. And she wanted the judge to know she's a big stepper. She said, we both are successful, me and you, judge. So take what I got to say into consideration. And I think he did, Iggy. I think he took the fact that you said that he's happy to be there into high consideration. Okay? He took it into the highest regard of consideration. He absolutely did. It was absolutely your recommendation that sealed the deal. It is your recommendation that sealed the deal. The judge said, "Oh, happy to be there. All right. Well, Iggy, the 6 years Hold on, I'm trying to find the page. Does 6 years for count one sound about right, Iggy? Does 4 years for the enhancement sound about right, Iggy? You think he'll be happy with that? All right, Iggy, I'll give him 10. Thank you for the recommendation. It was you. So anyways, at this time, I'm going to open up the calls and allow y'all to call in. I'm going to drop the link. You guys let me know what y'all think about the sentence. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for y'all to come up, let me find the call real quick. Let me go to my exhibits. Tory exhibits. Where's the jailhouse call? Let's see. Oh, jail call right here.
This is a free call from
Tory?
an inmate at LAPD jail. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. Press 1 to accept the call. To deny this call, thank you for using Telmate.
Hello?
Hey.
Y'all got out safe and everything.
Huh?
Y'all got out and everything. Y'all good?
Megan's still in the hospital. I'm outside the hospital.
What hospital y'all at?
About what?
You said what?
I said Megan's in the hospital still. I'm outside the hospital waiting.
What hospital are you at?
I don't know. Let me see. Cedar, something like that. Cedar.
Yo, bro.
Sure.
Regardless, I know she probably never ever gonna talk to me ever again, but bruh, I just want you to know, bruh. Nigga, I was just so fucking drunk, nigga. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. That ass. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. Like that ass, nigga. I'd never do some shit like that, bro. Just that, nigga, I was so fucking drunk, nigga. I just didn't even understand what the fuck was going on, bro. Like, so whatever,
Yeah.
bro. But you know, regardless, that's not gonna make anything right, and that's not gonna make my actions right, bro. But I'm just deeply sorry, bro. I never even moved like that, bro. Like, never moved like that at all, bro. Like, for real, dog.
I know. There's a lot that happens, but
A whole lot, bro. Like, a whole lot, bro. I feel crazy, bro. But in this day, like, what happened already, bro. I can't take it back, bro. I'm just telling y'all, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I think it was just too drunk, bro. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
When I got to the house, shorty, like, all top niggas, they gave me like 5 shots, like, off the door, like, you feel me? So I was out of there, like, wasn't even there with niggas, like, you feel me? We was taking shots past that time. I wasn't even there with niggas, like, bro. I don't even remember what we was even arguing about, bro. Like, you feel me? Like,
Yeah, no, I was already fucked up by the time you got there, so I don't know how much.
it's like, you know, but tell me what hospital she's in.
I just told you, Cedar Medical.
Alright, you ain't got Corn's number, right? You ain't got my security number.
Juan, I do have his number.
Can you call this nigga Corn and tell this nigga, bruh, you get a chance, bro, just figure out what you gotta do to bail me out this shit.
Okay.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I'm sorry again, bro. Like,
I think honestly, I think we're gonna try to, because obviously, like, the longer you're in there, the more hot it's gonna get, because you know it's already on. Like, there's no names released yet, but the report is already out. You know.
but like, so, out is what? What you mean out?
It's on some app. You know, Megan's team is on top of this. So,
yeah, but like, niggas don't. There's no way that Megan's on like the thing.
What'd you say?
There's no way that Megan's like on the thing.
No. So far, none of that is there. But I mean,
yeah, I don't think it's gonna be one of those. If anything, the only nigga that's gonna get this backlash is me. It's not gonna be her. But
so if Kelsey shot Megan and Tory is talking to the shooter, why is he implying that he would be the only one to get backlash and not Megan? And why is he so apologetic to the shooter who's out of jail and he's still in jail? And why is he not remembering what they argued about, but yet the Tory fans claim that he was apologizing for outing the fact that he slept with 2 best friends, but he started off his call by saying, I was so drunk, I don't even remember what we were arguing about. And then he was apologetic to the alleged shooter while he remains behind bars, and then says the only person who's going to get backlash is me. Why is he so sympathetic to the shooter? And why is he not alluding that the shooter will be held accountable that is already out of jail? Now, again, I am a Tory Lanez fan as far as his music goes. I absolutely love his music. However, I am not delusional, special, or none of that. Like, facts are the facts. Whether I like your music or not, the facts are the facts. So, at the time that Iggy Azalea wrote her letter, all of this information was public already. And she got on there with that 3-page letter, caping so hard, like the judge don't know the facts. The judge knows the facts of the case. So for you to tell him I'm an abused victim and I wouldn't cape for him. So listen to me. Girl. But anyway, let's hear some of the callers. Let's hear it. Tommy.
Hey, Neek.
Hey, long time no hear from.
I know. I'm doing good. Listen, I just want to say that this was just a very sad, unfortunate of events. And I just think that everyone lost. Tory's going to do his 10 years. Megan's career is done to me because no one's going to want to touch her with a 10-foot pole. And even 50 Cent called her out, even though he did backpedal, but he's not going to work with her.
As well, though.
Yeah, but I don't think that he's still going to do like a collaboration or whatever. He's going to stay away from her, basically. And any of his friends are going to stay with her and stay away from her as well. So I just think that it's just really crazy how everyone just still lost. Like Megan, I hope Megan does not learn from this, but I hope Megan finds a way to move on from this and try to make another career out of herself. Maybe get into movies or something else, because musically she's just done.
So and because somebody shot her, she's done?
Well, to be fair, who's going to want to work with her? People are considering her as a divisive artist. I mean, she wasn't even selling like that to begin with. So it is what it is.
So continue.
And Kelsey, I think that Kelsey
thank you,
is the
LVC for the Cash App.
I think that Kelsey is the one who could potentially just move on from this life completely, because Megan, she's still going to get flack from it some way or shape or form. So it's like Kelsey has the best chances to move on, stay off of social media, and just move on with your life. It's just crazy. It's just really crazy that it had to come to this, but it is what it is. And that's all I gotta say.
Do you think Tory is innocent?
I'll just say that we'll never know what truly happened that night. And that's all I gotta say.
Tory is innocent.
I'm not 100% sure that he's guilty.
So Kelsey did it?
I don't know who did it, because we don't know what happened that night. We still don't have how exactly what happened that night. We don't know why they were fighting. We don't know why what Sean or the witness saw exactly. We still don't know. So I can't say 100% sure that Tory is guilty. I just can't.
All right. Thank you, Tommy.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Next person, Sandra.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
Hey.
What's your thoughts?
I'm satisfied. I was okay with it. I think he was guilty, and I think he should have did at least 10. So I'm okay with it.
Do you think Megan's career is done?
No. You know, we forget about stuff real quick. You make another little song, you know. I don't know. I, I don't really listen to all that little rapping stuff, all that little music, so it don't do nothing for me. But the kids still listening to it, so yeah, she good.
All right. Thank you, Xandra. You sound like you sleepy, girl.
Girl, I'm laying down. I just seen you was on here. I said, well, let me say I'm happy. I'm happy, and I'm happy.
Thank you for calling in.
You're welcome.
All right. Jay?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. I think Tory is guilty. I'm happy for Megan and stuff. And as far as Kelsey, I can't say too much about Kelsey. I still think it's crazy that they didn't fingerprint her. But I'm glad Megan got her justice. And Tory, 10 years, that's okay for him. I mean, if it was my family member that got shot, I would want him to have more. But I feel like 10 years that's okay for him. And people got to understand, like, not only did he try to shoot her, that's also, assault with a deadly weapon and stuff like that. That's a serious charge. So I feel like, 10 years is okay for him.
All right. Thank you, Jay.
You're welcome.
Big Daddy. Ooh. Who's Big Daddy?
Hello? Hello,
Oh,
Neat?
yeah. You sound like you trolling already.
No, 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 no. I'm not trolling. I was on this website. My girl just left me. So I want to talk about the Tory right quick, but I was on your website and I just bought the cup. Can you tell me what the cup do?
Let's talk about the case.
I know, I was just wondering because I bought the rose too, the meal rose and the cup. And I just want to know what do it do? Because I just paid like all this money and I'm just trying to support you, but I don't know what it does. Can
What
you just
cup?
give me the cup on nickatnight.com? I just bought the cup, the meal cup. And I just bought the meal cup and the rose because Tasha left me. So, you know, what happened was
Make you satisfied. I don't know what the cup is because I don't think I sell the cup because I don't even know what that is.
so
But
this not a scam, right? Nickatnight.com. It's on your website, Nick. It's on your website.
okay, I don't even see a order from you with nothing with a cup.
Oh, I hope I ain't get scammed, Nick.
Boy,
Oh
you
man.
from my website.
Okay,
Talk about the case. I'm finna drop you off.
okay. I'm gonna talk about Nick. Nick.
Okay, you playing games. You child. Uh, Miss Rose.
Hey, Neek, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, Neek. So, and you look so good tonight.
Oh,
But
thank
yeah,
you.
so I wanted to talk about pretty much, I'm just sick of this whole case, just in general. Like, it just needs to be done with. Everything went to trial. He's guilty. That's that. All this crying and ranting, screaming out, doing, y'all not doing nothing but wasting y'all breath. He already been found guilty. That's that. And it's so crazy to me how people still talking about it. First of all, when he shot Tory, they said, oh, the truth is going to come out in court. We go to court, the truth come out, it's a new excuse. Oh, they doing this. He's a black man. The judge is a black man. They can't pull that excuse no more. So what they pull, they create a new one. It's Jay-Z, it's Rock Nate. Like, they just don't stop with the excuses. And it's so annoying. Like, and it's so crazy because they skip over everything in the trial to prove that he's quote unquote not an abuser.
Kelsey was literally on the stand saying that he abused her, talking about how he broke her nails and pulled her chain off in her wig. And it's just so insane how these BBC goblins keep caping for this man. And it's looking at it from a black community perspective, how they constantly rally behind these criminals, people they know are criminals, talking about freedom. He needs to stay in there. If anything, give him 10 more. And Iggy Azalea, I got a lot to say about her. BBC loving, Bobby Hill, Bimbo, Botched, Crooked Lip. I mean, rapper's baby mom, home wrecker, pothole. It's. I got a lot to say about her, but she'll see me at her next show. I'm gonna be in the crowd. I got a lot to say to her.
What you gonna say? Can you share some of what you gonna say with us?
Nah, I can't, Neek. I'm gonna get you live destroyed and removed. I can't. Not tonight, but
Give us the edited version of some words that you might want to say.
So first I would say Iggy Azalea, you botched Toucan Sam. Pelican Nose never had a hit. Well, actually, no, you did, like about 10 years ago. Um, I think you should stop poking your nose into black woman business, and you need to mind your business and focus on that career that you've been trying to pick up off the ground for 10 years. Girl, you need to just call it a wrap and just start a OnlyFans. Let's be real. You doing all this BBC caping whole time he was running through bitches back. Ooh, my fault.
Censored
My fault.
version.
My fault. It's a lot, but it gives I just don't like her. And just being a woman who's been abused, why would you cape for somebody like that? And bottom line, Tory Lanez did it. Like there's no way around it. First, they make up, as I said before, they do the 10 million excuses. Why would an innocent person be on a call apologizing for something they didn't do to the person who quote unquote did it? Like they just make up so many excuses to make themselves feel better. And bottom line, I don't even argue with these supporters no more because, again, there's nothing that they can do. He's going to be in there for 10 years, and I hope he has fun in there when at 3 a.m. his cellmate is using him like a fleshlight. So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Miss Rose.
Thank you, Neek.
Keeping it real with something. I can't see the whole.
Hey, Nick, how you doing?
Hey, you got to turn it off in the back.
I don't have anything on in the back. What do you mean? Should I turn my laptop off? Or
I don't
in
know.
the StreamYard?
Echo. Go ahead. Just talk. I won't talk. It's an echo when I talk. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say, man, I think it's really unfortunate that Tory Lanez went down this road because he's a talented artist. And if he would have just focused on his career and stopped trying to be the thug, I think he really, really could have went far in music. Now he has to sit down for 10 years, lose all of that income, lose all of that steaming, build up that he had, and it's all for what? For one drunken night over a chick that, you know what I mean? It is what it is. It's just sad that you see so many independent artists or artists go down this road, and it's just unfortunate. And I just wish other artists would look at this and see, like, we don't live in the time of the thug anymore. Be who you are. If you're a singer, be a singer. You know? You don't have to portray, like, you got millions and millions of dollars. Why are you out here fighting people? That's what you got security for. I mean, am I right or wrong, Nick?
Yeah.
You know? That's pretty much, as far as Iggy Azalea go, you know, she riding for him. Let her ride for him. Everybody needs somebody to ride for him. You know what I mean? Don't be mad at her for riding for him. You know? She gonna do what she gonna do. Hey, she's still a woman at the end of the day, right? So, thank you for allowing me up here. I appreciate you. Keep doing your thing.
All right. Thank you for coming on. Tosa.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, what's up? I was
Oh,
definitely setting you up because child, I seen my name in some messy titles, but go ahead.
I love you, Nick. I appreciate you for letting me up. So first of all, to the DV survivors, I want to apologize for Karen Azalea just really making fun of us, saying that she's a survivor, but then protecting this wild animal. He needs to be deported after his 10-year sentence. I feel like he should have gotten more. Um, and he was happy there. He's in his happy space. So now he can whip up his whatever they do up in jail, because I've noticed that dudes in prison, they get along. And so, him holding that Bible study and being on his knees and things like that, go right on ahead, because it seems like there's something in prison that gets him calm. So maybe spending 10 years with Big Tyrone, take a load off of us. Now we can enjoy some real content, This is what I wanted to say about She was saying that she'll pay him money, he'll have a job. This pretty much sounds like, a pimp went to jail and his woes are coming to his defense.
Mm-hmm.
It seems very pimpish, you know. And then another thing is she made sure to use her Karen, but I think she went overboard. Like you said, she encouraged the judge to, go ahead, give him some time. He enjoys it in there. I'll put money on his commissary because I'm that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So thank you for letting me up. I appreciate you. And I feel like he should have gotten like 25 years. And listen here, for the guys out there, they gotta think about it and gotta, oh, I don't know. Listen here. He did it. He's in jail. And it is what it is. So that just lets me know that they like to beat women. That just lets me know that they are quick to grab the strap when the woman gets up out of get out of line and you raise your voice and things like that. I see it all the time.
Mm-hmm. All
Y'all
right.
need to stop. Okay, sorry about that.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Teflon Don.
Hi. I think this overall situation is unfortunate. I think 10 years is a little excessive for a bullet graze to the foot. Amber Geiger, who murdered somebody, and they own apartment, only got 10 years. So I think 10 years is a little excessive. But I think you here's what I say: guilty verdicts don't really mean that someone is per se guilty. I think a lot of evidence have been left out of the case as well. And I think it was to Tory's detriment that he rushed. You can roll your eyes all you want to, Neek. But I do feel like he did rush starting at the beginning of the case. So a lot of evidence, and I think he still withheld evidence as well. But 10 years, whatever, he'd probably do 2 or
So
3.
Tory Lanez withheld evidence that would save him from 10 years in jail.
I think he withheld a lot. I think that a lot of evidence was withheld. Yeah.
Like what? Enlighten us on what might have been
I'm not. I don't know. I wasn't there.
Oh, so it's like made up evidence that
We
you
do-
made up in your mind that might be
we
withheld.
don't know. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove in court, Neek. Any lawyer would tell
So,
you that.
but you making up evidence that you don't even know exists.
I'm just saying. Again, DNA wasn't on the gun. DNA was not on the firearm, Neek.
But you know what was on his hand?
You said what now?
But you know what was also on his hand?
You know what was on Kelsey's hand as well?
Did you hear this?
Huh?
It's on some app. Megan's team is on top of this.
Yeah, but like
I did hear that.
niggas,
The first time I heard it, I was like, "Dang, that sounds detrimental. That's real detrimental."
What did you say?
there's no way that Megan's on the thing.
No. So far, none of that is there. But I mean,
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be one of those. If anything, the only nigga that's gonna get this backlash is me. It's not gonna be her.
I heard that.
But
He's the one in jail.
alright, it is what it is. Regardless if I get out of here today or not, bro, I just wanna let y'all.
He's the one in jail, but he's apologizing to the shooter.
I didn't say he apologized or no. We don't know.
He apologized to Kelsey on this call. Would you like me to rewind it?
Okay, I heard what he said, and now that I went up the first time I heard it, I was like, "Dang, that's a little detrimental." Now that I hear it again, it's not that bad. He apologizing, yes, it's not that bad. I don't think it don't sound that bad.
Oh,
It don't sound like he shot.
Listen, the first time
He
you
said
heard
it sound like it's. I was like,
but
damn,
now
I
that
was
you
like,
want to cape for him and make up evidence that you don't even know
not caping
exists,
for
now it don't sound so bad.
I'm not caping for nobody. It sound bad. He's saying he was throwing shots back and he was wilding. That's what he apologized. That's what he could. Again, we don't know what happened. We still don't know what happened. The real
We do
story.
know what happened. Meg Thee Stallion got
The
shot
real.
lanes in her
Yes,
foot.
we know she got grazed in her foot. She got grazed in her foot. She was twerking 3 days later. Like, stop playing it. She the fast. She healed like Wolverine. She the fastest gunshot victim I ever seen.
So I hope that if anybody ever shoots a gun towards your daughter, and because it doesn't kill her, you have the same energy in thinking that, oh well, you
Well,
know, my daughter's fine. Even though if somebody
well,
emptied a clip on her and shot a gun towards her, I would like to hear this same type of mentality of,
if
oh
somebody
well,
shoot
my daughter's fine. You know, even though somebody emptied a clip on her, or towards her, like, you know, my daughter's fine.
Nah, it ain't like that. If somebody shoot a gun at my daughter, it's a wrap for them.
But it's okay for Meg.
I ain't saying it's okay. I'm saying we don't know all the evidence. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. What lawyers argues the best? What lawyer has the best argument? That's what court is about.
Anything else you want to add?
No, I'm just saying, and I don't like how like just a few. I don't like how this is being divisive either. Like just a few days ago, black people was together, black men and women were together on the Alabama shit, and now we back at each other's necks over this bull-ish.
And who's back at each other's necks? We're holding Tory accountable. Tory's the one behind bars.
Read the comments.
We're talking about Tory Lanez.
Read all of. I know that, but again, just because if a dude agrees or says they a fan, or a woman says they're a fan of Tory, then y'all delusional. Or you put that, or homegirl from
Anybody who does
Lancaster.
not put Tory Lanez as the shooter with all of the evidence is delusional.
All the evidence again is who can argue the best, and his lawyers was unprepared as well. Who can argue the best?
All right. Thank you, Dominique.
Yeah.
Attitude too? Girl, what you doing? What is going on? Unmute your mic. Unmute your mic. Unmute your mic.
If I tell you what I was doing, like I might get arrested. So it's okay. Hey, OG. Hey, y'all.
Girl, what was that?
Do you really want to know? I'll tell you. It's legal down there. It's not legal in my state. So
okay, we get it. We get it. Oh, we get it. All right.
Yeah, it's late. I'm not gonna go to sleep. Thank you for letting me on here. It's my first time on someone's live. Wow, my heart's beating out of nowhere. Let me get to the nitty gritty because I don't want to waste your time. Iggy needs to go to jail. Like, she needs to be locked up too. I'm sorry. Like, she even mentioned Beyonce's name. Don't mention Beyonce's name. Okay, you're already done. So Iggy need to go to jail. Tory, he deserves everything he's getting. I don't understand. Or let me put it this way. If you support Tory now, I think every woman and man needs to look in their life and be like, if you're supporting Tory, you need to step away from them. Like, just at this point, if I hear he didn't do it, all right, bye. We're done. It was nice knowing you, because after, like you're saying, after all the evidence, I just don't see how you could look a different way. The only thing that I would say would dismay people, I hope that's the right word to use, is if, like, she lied. I'm not gonna lie, when we all saw that she lied, I was like, dang, why she have to lie? Why she have to lie, y'all? But I think if I was in her shoes, I probably would have, I'm not sure. Like, that's
me in the background on the TV screen. That's cute.
Oh, hey. I want you to see my house, but that's what I'm gonna say. Thank you for letting me come on here. I always watch you all the time. Have a great night.
All right, bye, girl. Go finish whatever you was doing, girl. We got fake Hassan.
Hello, Nick. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, I got to do this voice because the FBI and the federal agents. But anyway, Megan, she did it. She set this thing up with Rock Nation, with Jay-Z, Beyonce, so she could be like Rihanna. And now that is backfiring, she don't know what to do. She keep on making that trash ass music, that 304 music. Okay? Straight garbage. You know, horseshoes don't cost nothing. She shot her in the horseshoe, in the hoof.
You ran out of content? Oh. Mary?
Hi, Nick. How are you, sweet pea?
Hi.
I'm great. Thank you. Thank you for taking my call, Nick.
Oh, God. Is the crazies coming
Oprah,
out right now, or what is going on?
Oprah did it. Oprah and
Okay, so it's time for me to end the calls because the crazies is coming out. Lisa, are you sane? What's going on? Unmute your mic, Lisa.
Yes, I'm saying. Just give me a second. Okay, so I feel that social media, it's a very, very harsh and judgmental place. When it comes to Iggy Azalea, I feel that I don't understand what's the problem with her having her personal opinion with her experience with her relationship with Tory. So, and I see people making fun of her in the comments. But however, I will say for all three parties that were involved that night, I do understand all three perspectives. I would say that. And I think it's unfortunately for all three of them that was involved. But however, I do believe in a chain of events. And I think one thing I'm not respecting is that, everybody wants Tory to take accountability, but what about the accountability for the other young ladies involved in how the incident actually occurred? Can you hear me?
I'm listening.
So that's my thing, because it's just the image of Meg, she's a hottie girl, she's from the hood. I know them, I know those type of girls. And also too, I come from a place like that. So I don't know, I just have a different perspective on that night. I do think more so, I think it was a tussle for the gun. And yeah, that's pretty much my opinion. And then it's everybody wants to bring up Tory history and his character, but what about Meg's history and her character? So I think it's just, I do
Shoot
think
her or
people are
did he
very
not shoot her?
biased. I'm sorry?
Did he shoot her or did he not?
I just told you, I feel like it was a tussle for the gun. So
So
I
when
feel
you
like
heard
it was
the
an
gunshot
accident.
audio, I'll play it for you right now.
No, the reason.
Let me play the audio for you.
No, I don't want to hear the audio. I just came to talk about my
I want to,
perspective.
when I listened to the Breakfast Club, they made a good point that, and Charlemagne the God said something to the fact of, he thinks that people are entitled to informed opinions. Like, he doesn't think that everybody should have an opinion unless it's an informed opinion. So to make your opinion
Okay, so
more
granted.
informed, I could play the audio of the shooting if you'd like, and you can hear if you hear a tussle or
Okay,
not.
well, let's talk. I want to talk about my informed opinion just based on the case. I feel like the witness statements, just from the police report, what was stated in court from all parties, it was just so inconsistent and all over the place. And the problem with me I'm having is that it still leaves reasonable doubt for me. It wasn't really no concrete factual evidence. Now you can correct me if I'm wrong. For example, when it said when it came to his fingerprints being on the gun, from what I've heard, that it came back inconclusive, but a female fingerprints were on the gun. And then also too, yes, he had gun residue on him, but also Kelsey. So that's why I feel like it was a tussle, for
A
that
tussle
situation. And I do feel like
and a one shot goes off on an accident. With a tussle, how do you get to 5 shots being emptied out?
you said with a tussle, how do you, like, I don't know what
With a
happened
tussle,
after.
I can see if there was one shot that happened. How do you get from tussling over the gun and 5 consistent shots get rang out? Oh, she clicked off. Lurid.
Hi.
Hi.
Good evening to Unique. Great commentary. Um, oh my God. I mean, where do I even start? I mean, at this point, delusional isn't even the word for me. First of all, Black femicide every 5.5 hours, and Black women are caping for this man like this. It's absolutely sickening to see. Um, I don't give a darn about what the heck Iggy, whatever her name is, what she talking about, whatever. She's a porcelain princess sitting up in her mansion, caping for a bandit like the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
I liken this to whenever a Black man is killed, and it was obviously unwarranted. But then you'll see the white media immediately pull up his criminal background and start talking about how he did all this stuff years ago and all this nonsense. That's what I like in what they're doing to Megan in regards to bringing up her sexual history, bringing up her mugshots, saying where's her accountability? Her accountability for being shot? Are you crazy? I mean, I can't at this point I can't even discuss this because it's really that sickening to me. I mean, all the evidence is there. If you have even a tiny bit of a brain, you would be able to see that this man totally did it, and that he's not even a man, he's a violent midget. And the proof of that is everywhere. I also think anybody blaming Kelsey, anyone blaming anyone other than Tory for what he did, they just want him to get off because he's Black. They don't care about the facts. They don't care about anything else. They want him to get off because he's Black and he's a Black man. I don't subscribe to that belief, and I'm a Black woman. Many people call me a Black male hater or whatever. I don't care about none of that. I'm going to speak the truth and I'm going to call it how I see it. He's absolutely wrong, and I'm happy. I'm so happy that he got 10 years, and I hope that hurts his delusional supporters very, very deeply. And that's how I feel about it.
Sandra, you said you wanted to add something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I think that was probably like most concerning out of all this is because I didn't even know his trial was coming up. But the way we have our opinions on it, like there's a lot of people who would just say like he didn't do it. They're acting like they don't see or don't get the evidence that's presented. And it's like, I wouldn't care who she was. He shot her. And then say he didn't shoot her. He still had a gun. He still wasn't supposed to. It's just so many things. And it's like, why are we trying to make it right? You know what I'm saying? And then also, it's like, I was upset at the men, I thought, because it's like,
Prince Bitter Banga from Facebook says, I think Kelsey shot her and Tory took the fall for her. Prince was on the gun. Y'all want him to go to jail because he's Black and won't sign to Rock Nation. So Prince Bitter Banga, a man who did not do it, you think even if Tory had all of his rap sheet that the prosecution had over his head that they planned to combat him with, you think that if he did not do it, he was not going to get on the stand and he was going to risk 22 years to take the fall for Kelsey, and he got a son and career to protect over a woman that's married to another man that he was banging, that was collateral, a throwaway that he didn't give a two issues about because he wanted to bang her, bang Meg, and disrespects her in her face and try to bang Kylie too. So you mean to tell me a man was willing to risk, because he was up against 22 years. You mean to tell me he was willing to risk 22 years to take a fall of a jump off that he had no respect for, that he banged her friend and then tried to bang Kylie in front of her face as well? You mean to tell me that this man who is an advocate and a charitable philanthropist who is a asset to the community, as they said in court, you mean to tell me that this man who is an innocent man was not going to get up on that stand to save his tail if he did not do it? Come on now.
He never made it because he would have never said like shit crazy. When was the last time somebody just said, I mean, like, hardly protect you? Like, if I don't think he would break up the fight between Megan and Kelsey, let alone I'll take the fall for it. That really don't make no sense. But we don't try to make sense. And then there was comparing it, the one guy, Dom, that's why I came back on here, because I really wanted to go to sleep. But he was saying like the one he was saying a police officer got less time or you know what I'm saying, and she killed the man. Why are we comparing things as if it even matters? You know what I'm saying? Who cares if somebody killed somebody or anything? We got so much going on. And the other girl said, there's people literally, like, we're dying every day. And it'd be the men killing us. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
It's crazy.
All right. Thank you, Sandra. I was trying to give time for Street TV to come on. He said he was coming on, but he's taking too long, and I'm ready to end it live. Go ahead, Yusuf.
Oh, hey, boo. Hey, yeah. Pooh, I came on just in time, but again, great coverage as usual. Neat down there holding it down. We appreciate you for, you know what I mean, taking your time out and your resources and your platform and everything, and you know, putting out there.
Hold on, wait. I'm gonna stop you right here. I got to address this person. Innocent people don't testify every day. He didn't testify because they threatened to bring up his past charge. I do not care what charge you say I got. If I know for a fact that I did not shoot this woman, and I know for a fact that Kelsey did, I am not going to risk my life and stay silent. And on top of that, not allow another person who was there that night to speak. Now, Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey were not the only individuals that were there that night. There was also the driver, Quan. Quan did not show up until the very last minute of court to testify. Now, if Tory did not do it, and he was so convinced that there needed to be an advocacy of innocence or proof that Kelsey did it, why did his defense not wait for Quan to be deposed so that the prosecution can question him and he go on the stand? They said while Quan was there, we're going to forget Quan, not allow him to testify, and we're going to wrap up this case. And we're not going to let Tory testify, and we're not going to let Quan testify, even though Quan was there, ready and willing to talk at the very last minute once court wasn't going so great. He showed up. So if Kelsey was the shooter, why didn't his defense allow Quan, who is not Tory Lanez, to speak on his behalf if Tory was innocent? Why did they say, you know what, we're going to go ahead and let him not speak at all? Y'all can't answer it. But go ahead, Yusuf. I'm sorry. I'm not going to interrupt you no more. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you good, boo. You already know. And you gave me time to go gather my gatherings. But, you know, I want to say congratulations once again are in order to Meg Thee Stallion. And this is sort of a win for black women everywhere, because the next time that one of these dusties can't control themselves, just like him and his crazed fans, they're unhinged. A lot of them, way too many of them. And just like the caller before last said, she was in there preaching past the plate, because at the end of the day, the femicide rates are so high in the black community. You know what I'm saying? Not only the femicide rates, but the matricide rates. These young men that are killing their own mothers, the mothers of their children, their wives, women who want to break up with them, can't control themselves and ready to throw it all away and go turn in and cooperate with master for without incident. Okay? They don't got all that heat and that grizzly beast all up in them. And African American men have treated African American women bad enough to the point where it sets the precedence of any other type of demographic of men, even if they are another melanated man, to treat them this way. You know, they see us not protecting them. They see too much black femicide. They see too much coddling and taking up for them. And so just because she didn't die is the main reason why a lot of them are not even pretending to empathize with her. You know, if that bullet would have hit her somewhere else in the major organ and would have taken her out, it would have just been another hashtag and another one. And everybody would have just sat there and be like, oh, that's so sad. And half of them would still be out there preaching for Tory because he's somebody's son and somebody's black son. But so is whoever got hurt. Meg is somebody's black daughter. You see what I'm saying? Another black man who was somebody's son is her father. So at the end of the day, you don't get to just keep on abusing black women. You don't get to keep killing black women and nobody bats an eye about it. And do you want people to care about your cause more than anything? Y'all out here competing with women, shaming women, shutting them down, but y'all don't want to compete with other groups of men. Y'all don't want to be no warrior class. A lot of y'all are defeated and all of this. So I would expect Super Mammy to come take up for him. What was her name? Iggy the Failure. She needs to sit it on down and figure out how to make some ham hocks as well right off the back of that meat back. Okay, and she swear that nasty looking food was good, and she'll wait till a black man's heart to his stomach, and she just learned soul food cooking and all of that, and y'all just keep on giving her a plate at the table, okay, instead of busting her upside the head with it. And now I'm gonna leave it alone, but I will say this. I got so much to say, Neek, because they always take up. And a lot of these people who's uppercaping for him are nowhere to be found in those discussions about black femicide and real black women stories that people like you cover, people like me cover, Leo Gordon covers, Black Girl Unlost News covers, and all that type of stuff unreported, forging a lane for themselves in their own murder to be their own image. And for y'all to sit up here and think that that is cute and want to bow and curtsy on out and want somebody to come up and take up for you like you're somebody's victim. This is a grown man, and I'm not saying that he should have, could have, or would have got more years, but if they would have gave it to him, then so well. Because this is the risk that you take when you busting black women upside the head and shooting them in their toe. This is not cute, and you do not get away with it, and I don't care. And whatever the law said, the law is so bad and against y'all, then go fight against it and make it a better place. Y'all could have got Tory off if y'all had your own legal system. Now talk about that, busty.
And we're going to end on that note. Thank you, Yusuf.
Oh,
He
my
has
pleasure.
the Watch Today's show, so definitely check him out. And on that note, we're going to be out. I was trying to wait for Street TV, but he never clicked the link. So I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.